Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Armored Warfare replay brought to you by your old pal, Don't Fear the Reaper. Today's replay is titled Pulling Fangs on Snakebite, and this replay was sent to me by one of my battalion mates, Major Payne. And as you might guess, it's on the new-ish Snakebite map, which has recently been overhauled. It's much more open and I think much more challenging than the old Snakebite map. That being said, let's go ahead and fire up Mr. Replay and get this show on the road. You can see this game is being played by a full platoon of my battalion mates, including me, on the new Snakebite map. Now, since this is being played by a battalion, and we all have comms, we're spending the first 30 seconds of the game discussing who's going to go where and do what, get our battle plan together. And that's a big advantage
We don't have a lot of time
in playing.
to get to the PLM depot while they are out. Good luck.
So,
Look like they're expecting
Smitty and I and Major start heading south to get that one secondary down there at Hotel 3. And
we can't broadcast anything to civilians with those things up.
Major starts banging away at this warrior coming up out of the valley. Finishes him off with a missile. Smitty and I are still engaging the A2. We finish him off. So we continue south to get that secondary. Major's kind of riding high shotgun on the hillside.
Good one.
Reloading.
Killed the SATCOM truck and then immediately turned back north. There is a temptation to continue going south and get on the runway that way, but I don't suggest it. It's been our experience that if you do that, you are going to get surrounded. Major here duking it out with this Terminator 2. His missiles get through with Termy 2 apparently forgot to load his APS, which is fine by me. So again, they're swinging up north to kind of link back up with Bobanobu and Raphael.
Identify target.
So
Tank.
Major comes up along the railway along with Smitty and I, and we start finding bots. Try to get that Thunderbolt out of there before he flanks us. And then Major runs up and grabs this nice big rock here.
Sights down. I can't see. Missile destroyed. Optics repaired.
First missile stopped by the APS round, but that's a trick you only get to pull once. And his other two missiles take out the Leopard. As you can see from the mini-map, there's just a sea of red out there on that runway.
Identify target. Tank.
Up north, Raphael and Bobanobu are pushing down towards the runway, and eventually to get that secondary down there on the north end of the runway. Now, one thing I've noticed
Identify
here
target.
since the latest patch is that if you're sitting still the way that Major Payne is here, that instead of continuing to fire at center mass, the bots start going for weak spots, particularly commander hatches.
Identify.
Now, at first I thought that was just my imagination,
No effect.
but I was looking on the forums today, and there was a discussion about this very topic on the forums. So there may actually be something to it.
Destroyed.
Now that 2A6 was definitely firing at his center mass at that point.
No pet. No effect.
Airways
there-
are free and clear again.
Pops him in the
No effect. Target down.
Major reacts to that thunderbolt coming down, polishes him off. Obanubu and Rathiel are starting to be able to bring fire on the remaining bots on the runway. So we're kind of clearing that mess out. But eventually, we are going to have to make a play for that red cap. We've got to capture that before, or if we don't, we will lose the game. And there's always a boss tank up on that cap, and in this case, it's a M1A2 lieutenant who's just popped up. So everybody's trying to finish off the last couple of bots and
Missile destroyed.
start maneuvering on the red cap. Take that. Once again, that Leopard's APS takes out the first missile, but can't stop the next two, and down he goes. So it's time to
No effect.
take out the trash, get that bot off the cap, and cap it ourselves.
Black Company, new objective. Don't let those trucks get away. The PLM is still in the government's emergency supply.
While we're doing that, Major is maneuvering over to get secondaries for us.
Hostile tank.
And watch how how he takes out this Challenger. Swings around behind its gun, gets on his engine grate, and lets him have it. Magazine runs dry, but he notices the guy's on really low health, so he just goes for the ram kill. Well played, well played. And now off to get us that secondary. Meanwhile, Bobanobu has
Good work.
taken the red cap. Heimer's clicking down on that. I'm moving up to help him. Major's coming down to bag us that third secondary. But there are two enemy bots on there. Undaunted,
We will send someone to
Major
recover the
wanders
stolen
in
supply.
there, circles around to get on the, kind of overshoots that T90MS, but he gets a helping hand from Smitty, and he uses the corpse of that dead tank for cover,
Target eliminated.
takes out the Termi 2, and we've got all the secondaries. Now Major's kind of moving up to look for a good supporting position for when the red cap turns blue, which is going to be in about another 4 seconds. Originally Takes up a spot by this building.
Damn, we thought it'd be less guarded.
Then some enemy battle tanks show up, coming down the road towards the blue cap, and he decides to come and help Bobanobu and I with these guys.
Target locked. Requesting fire support.
Lights up the T90MS. As I recall, I was having trouble getting shots on that T90MS because he was coming straight at me, and he was just far enough away that I was having trouble getting his weak spots. Major takes a big old hit at that point, but he's still gamely helping us out with these 3 main battle tanks.
No effect.
Pick out the T90MS. Of course, the second we do that, another Leopard 2A6 starts bebopping down the road.
Reinforcements incoming. Watch out.
Finds a sweet spot on that Charlie 2. Helps us take that out. And as he turns, he sets his sight on getting this 2A6. Blows past him. And starts blasting his engine grate. Sets him on fire and blows him up. So now at this point, Major's going to make a run down the B line looking for enemy artillery. While he's doing that, we're going to switch to my perspective up here on the hill. And as you can see, we are facing a veritable sea of red coming up from the south end of the runway. I don't know how many there are, but there are many, many of minis. Unfortunately, they're starting to flank Ray and Bob, trying to give them some Overwatch fire, as is Smitty, but there's just too darn many of them. And a lot of them are still behind the protection of those buildings. Oh, goodness. Raytheon gets caught by a Termi 2. It's ripping him to pieces. And there he goes. So now we're down 1 tank, and there's still a sea of red slowly crawling its way towards the cap point, determined to take it away from us. Smitty and I both back up, trying to keep the Red Sea from flanking us. And they begin to make their way onto the cap. And the problem here is there's so many of them, and our rate of fire is low enough that we're having a big trouble resetting. But fortunately, Major has an autocannon, and he is riding to the rescue.
Destroy. Reloading.
Poor Smitty goes down, but Major comes charging in, guns blazing, spreading his shots around, getting that all-important reset. 1 second left. Oh, and they get him with 1 second left. But his reset saved the game, and we win. Fortunately, I managed to survive, and that gave us the victory. So, well played match. Really appreciate Major Payne sending that in to me. I hope you guys had as much fun watching it as I did playing the game, and YouTubing the replay. So until next time, be tanking.